Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Andre here, and you guys asked for it, and you got it. I'm so sorry I haven't made this video much earlier, but it's finally here. This is Blender Tutorial Part 4. How to make a Minecraft animation, how to animate. So I just did something very quickly before I started the video. I just made a little bit of a animation with the cube, just moving it from side to side, up and down, scaling it and rotating it, and just showing you what the animations can do. So let's get started. First things first, you need a rig. So a lot of people have been commenting on my previous videos saying that the rigs that they're using isn't really that good and there's a lot of problems with the skin. So what I say is find your own rig, because everyone has their own personal preference of a rig. If they want like big eyes, if they want small eyes, if they want 2x2, if they want 2x1 eyes, like it's just really like in my opinion it's just a choice. So I like to pick this rig. It's called the craft size rig. The craft size rig. The download will be in the description. It is under characters, Minecraft _ rig, craft size rig, object, everything, and append. And here he is. Let's just S to. Oh wait, no, never mind. Okay. Good. Let's just change this back to pose mode. Over here, let's just drag the camera back. Z. Oh, what? Wait, what? What did I just do? Okay. G, Z. Okay. Now, just play around with your rig, get to know him, and once you know what the rig does and like some special features and some cool things about the rig, then you can move on to the next step. Play around with the facial features, the head, moving their eyes. Make sure these sliders appear in pose mode 2. Right there. Pose mode. Let's just move this to the side. And see, move his mouth. Eyebrows. You know, let's just change this quickly from solid to texture so you see the texture. Eyebrows. Mouth. Wait. Here, let's just open the mouth. Okay. Yep. I'm not sure what this does, but there's some sliders that you won't really understand what they do, but it's okay. So just twitching his eye. Smile. No, that's not smile. Smile. Oh, whoops. Smile. Frown. And yeah, once you know your rig, you can move on to the next step. So right now, I'm just going to do a simple walking animation. So rotate this Z90. So you'll see him walking from here to there. So over here, let's just put this here and get rid of that stupid smile face. It's really annoying. Sorry. There we go. Okay. View camera. And when you're walking, you don't just want the feet to move. Just like 1, 2, 3, 4. You also want to like implement the hips, the arms a little. Like maybe just the head moving around, looking around like, whoa, so cool. Maybe some facial features. And oh my god. But yeah, so I'm just gonna teach you a little simple walking animation. What you want to do is over here, check this. So now wherever you move, it creates a keyframe. So I move this guy here, the keyframe's created. Now I move this, the little liner in the timeline, somewhere here, and now I move this there, and now from here, he moves there. One really helpful tool to use while animating is the dope sheet. It shows every single keyframe. You can make it longer or shorter. See, he moves from, whoa, wait, whoops. See, he moves from here to there faster, or he moves from here to there slower. And if you don't want it, just right click on X, delete keyframes. Now we're back here. So instead of what I thought was a good way to make people walking was moving it from here to there, and in between the feet are just moving. So like this, then here, like this, then here, like this, then here, like this. And you'll see it looks really wonky and messed up. So don't do that. Let's just X delete all these keyframes. Here, let's just X delete this. Okay. So here's a really, well, a much better way to make your character walk. So let's just put this back to normal. Always have their knees bent, because wait. We are experiencing some technical difficulties. Please give me a moment. Perfect. Okay. So a pretty simple way to make someone walk is by moving each bone by bone. So go a few frames forward, maybe 6. Then move this foot forward. Move the body, or the waist, forward. And bend it down, because you always want to see the little bends in the bones. And kind of space out to an easy medium. So from here. Now select all. A. That's how you select all. Click on I. Lock rod. And it sets a keyframe for every single bone. Now next. Let's move it a few frames forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or 6. Now move this back. The waist forward. And now you see he's taking a step. Now let's implement some waist into it. Sorry, some shape into it. Now move this here in the next key. Actually, wait, no. Let's make the keyframe about here. Move this about there. Right click the waist. Move it here. And now rotate it so it's sort of facing. Actually, no. Rotate this one so it's sort of facing this side. And the arms, let's just make them a little loose. Like here. And if you don't really know much about walking cycles, like, they're not walking cycles, like how to make your animated character walk, just get up and walk yourself and see how you walk. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Move this forward. Whoops. Move this forward. Move the waist forward. Maybe a bit more ahead. Now the waist forward. Okay. Good. Now down. Perfect. Now switch to the arms up. This one goes forward. Now the waist rotates the other way. There we go. Okay. Okay, wait. See, these are little mistakes that sometimes are being made in animations. So, what you want to do is every single step you do is you lock rotation. So, back here, let's. Okay, so over here, I, lock rod. So now everything's So now everything's good. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next keyframes, and move this forward. Waist forward. Arm back. I'm doing a very sloppy job right now. If you really want it to be perfect, you'll need to like focus on it a bit more. Rotate this to this side. Maybe the head could be looking down, and then the eyes with the side. So now he took his very first step. But when you walk, you don't drag your feet like this. Well, let me just I cockroach. And this is a really lazy way to do it. I suggest you don't do it, but for recording purposes, like for tutorial purposes, I say it would be pretty good to do it. So Shift D, this keyframe, then move it here. So now he's taking an extra step. Oh wait, whoops. Now here, let's just move it all forward. Yeah, it gets really glitchy sometimes when you try to cut corners, so don't do that. And just do it manually. So sadly, I had to learn that the hard way. A lot of my animations got screwed up because of that, because I was being lazy. So just continue him walking like that. And once you're done, come back for the next part. Okay, so now we got this. Just a character sort of sliding his feet and moving himself forward with his arms and maybe bobbing his head a little. Looks decent, I guess. So what you want to do now is go between each keyframe. So go into your dope sheet, zoom in, and count how many frames are in between each step. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So the middle of 6 is about 3. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. So now over here, whichever foot's moving, so you see this foot's the one that's moving. Yeah, this foot's the one that's moving. So at about middle, when the 2 feet meet up, drag this foot just up a little and drag the body just up a little. Now walk right. Now he's actually taking a step. Like his body's going up, so is his foot. So what looks better? Up and down, or 2? If you want to make him sort of like sad and dragging his feet, then you could do this. Like his head looking down in shame and just not good. But here, it's pretty nice as like you see the feet cross. Just here, maybe you want to drag this up a little. Now here, and 1, 2. Maybe he went too high in this one. So let me just make a little correction to that. Go back to the exact keyframe and lower it a little. I lock rot. Okay. So it's like it sort of looks a little unfluent. Like you see, he takes a step, boom, boom. It's not like do. It's like boom, boom. If you sort of understand, probably don't because I'm messed up. But this is about a basic walking cycle. So just do that for the rest of. Go back to the middle of each other one. Select the foot, drag it up, waist up. I lock rot. About the middle, other foot, drag up, waist, drag up, I lock rot. And there you go, we have sort of a really weird walking. And if you think that the keyframes are a little too spaced close together, like I want him to walk slower, like looks like he's in a rush and he's just speed walking really mad, like boom, 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 boom. Just wait, okay. Over here, go to your dope sheet, select all the keyframes, put your thing on the first keyframe, well, the first keyframe that you want to extend out, and just click on S, and see they get a little bigger. They get a little more spread out. Let's do that. There. So now let's check it out. There we go. See, I didn't perfectly space them out together, so sometimes it may look a little faster and a little slower. But right now, it's looking pretty nice. But you do notice it looks a little bit robotic, right? Okay. We're gonna fix that in just a minute. Now, one thing, you don't want to really over-exaggerate it, because, you see, it sort of looks like he's marching, and he's putting too much power into walking. So, you want it to be, like, put a little bit more slack into it. So, maybe just lower his arms a little, and it's like, maybe put a smile on his face, and just, like, make him sway a lot more, like, and just make him feel more relaxed, because right now he looks like he's on a mission to go kill someone. Like, boom, 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 boom. And yeah, that's a little tip to add while you're animating. If you want to hold the pose, or let's say you want to move him from walking to jumping, you go over here, and let's say you want to make him jump. So what you do is you make him go to a quick full stop. Like, he stops walking, wait, and then he goes to a full stop. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, this goes down. Rotate the head downwards. Down, and wait, let's just lock right. Lock right. Wait, I don't think I did that. Lock right. Okay, good. Now over here, you make him just jump. I'm doing a very sloppy job. Just like he jumps. There. But you notice he didn't go to a full stop. Like after he's done walking, like finishes walking, then he just keeps going slow. You're just doing regular walk. And you want him to stop, but he's going very slow, and then getting ready, and then that. What you want to do is go to the last keyframe before the next motion and copy it. So lock right, and now Shift D and just move it here. So now look, after he's walking, he's staying still. Then boof. And of course this is a very, very bad thing. Like, looks terrible. But still, like, at least it's not slowly moving, like, looking really messed up. See, it's sort of better, but the animation is still very messy and just very unclean. With the graph editor, you could add him a little bit more keyframes and sort of edit them your own way. So, see, I added some more keyframes to just this one walking step. So he takes a step, and then here. See, it's a little more, it doesn't make a big difference, but it still makes a small difference. It just still affects it pretty well. You see the little difference? That can be simply done just using the graph editor. But be careful, because if you mess up with some things here, like here, let's just say we just played around with that, and now just be careful with that, because you could really mess up a lot of stuff if you make the wrong thing. So what you want to do is, let's select something here. Let's select the hip bone. You see, it's all like, you know, the hip bone's actually pretty good. No, ignore that one. Let's select, there you go, this bone. it's pretty good as well. The feet are usually a big problem. Okay, there we go. So the Y movement is big. See, like, sorry, not the Y. Whoops. The whatever movement this is really big. It's probably the X, which is weird because the Y is green. But oh well. See, it's really straight and it just comes out just not that good. So you want to sort of add a little bit of a curve to it. So let's just practice a stop. It's like here, wait. What the? Okay, yeah. When you stop, you don't just make a... Wait, whoops. You don't just make a full stop right away. You make sort of like a slower stop. So, as it heads up there, just maybe add a bit of roundness to it. So, right click here. Now Shift D to duplicate. Now, move this here. Shift D. Here, Shift D, here. There we go. So now, let's watch this. Huh. Whoops, wrong. Whoops. Wrong timing. Okay, here, let's do it with the chest, yeah. Here he moves there. And full stop. Right there. So, let's just, here. Shifty. Maybe a bit up. Move this maybe up a bit more and then back down. So, maybe that's over exaggerating it a little. About here, maybe like that. And it sort of has like a shaky stop, not like boom. Like, let's say you're running and you want to slow down. Do you just like stop, or do you slowly like move it off? And once you're like fully still, you don't just stay 100% still, you sort of sway a little. And just whilst leading up to that, it's just adds sort of like a little bit of a curve, or still. There. Oh, I messed that part up. There we go. So you want to be careful with this. It's like, see, the hip is now more fluent instead of like robotic. It just adds more lifelike animations to the picture. You may notice that when you animate stuff, they sort of have a slow start, then they pick up speed, then they slow down, and have a slow finish. And if you don't want it to be like that, it's very simple. Just go to the animation of whatever object you're using. I'm using the camera, and I'm moving it on the x-axis. You see, has a slow start, and then whoosh, and then slow down. So right click this. Oh, sorry. Click on V. Change this to vector. Now, it'll go right away, but it'll still slow down because I didn't do that for the ending part. So let's say I change this to vector. It just goes, no smoothness at all. And if you want to add maybe a slight bit of smoothness, just move that up a tiny bit and just play around, because this is a very useful tool for animating and it should be really well for you guys. So this has been how to make a Minecraft animation with Blender. Next will be the final episode, and it'll be lighting. I'll teach you how to make really nice and cool looking lighting that you guys will really love. And if you need help, just ask in the comments. But before you ask in the comments, just check a few previous ones to see if your question was already answered, because it's sort of annoying answering the same question on and on and on and on and on. But that's really all it is to animating. Next up, lighting, one of the hardest things.